I'll be honest with you, I had bra and knickers on. Chelsea are here, and right now you are here. And if you don't get to here, you would be out there. It wasn't even banter, it was just like, we'll see if he breaks, and if they break, they don't make it. And he started going, please release me, let me go. Drink in his hand, got a fag in his hand, walking into McDonald's, and all the coaching staff were there. You too stiff, you stiff, you like what? I'm thinking, you're really killing my high right now. Right? Some of the psych up, Kel's just steaming, he's just punching my head, I'm going like that all the time. Stop it, trying to fight him that way. Oh la, la 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 la, Zola. I think he's made a mistake. I think he went to sign Duberry and got it wrong on the paper and realised he's got another centre half.
Jubes, how are you doing?
I'm alright, I'm alright.
Are you going straight in with Jubes?
Yeah,
do you think
all right?
I know, I thought, yeah, right? No intro, just Jubes. Just want it known, it's the first time we've met, by the way.
I was just thinking, do you think you know him well enough to call him Jubes? Or?
It's alright, it's alright, it's alright.
Thanks for coming on anyway, Michael.
Not acceptable.
It's just hilarious. No. You're getting above yourself, you. Oh, that's what's happening. You're getting
Michael, nice to meet you.
Nah, it's alright, it's done.
Yeah, it's done. Don't backtrack.
Elephant out the room.
We're familiar now, it's right.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, mate.
No problem.
Yeah, but really appreciate it.
We there's a lot of Christmas do stories on here. It's one of John's favourite subjects.
My favourite subject, yeah.
And there was a photo floating around of one of your fancy dresses. Which
yes.
Nothing short of remarkable.
Oh, yeah.
Princess Leia.
Princess Leia.
Have you actually put nipples in that suit as well?
Oh, it was a bra.
Oh.
I think it was a bra. And you know what? To be fair, I'll be honest with you, I had bra and knickers on.
Knickers as well?
Yeah, I went all out. No, it wasn't. It was a big panties. It was that time of the month, wasn't it?
Turning him on there.
No, I was thinking about it the other day because that picture always comes up, and we sat down. I was at Oxford at the time, and we sat down. We thought, fancy dress, what we're going as, and the choices were WWE wrestlers, which is again was a subject that was close to my heart, or women, and then the vote was women. So everyone went and thought, what can I go as? It'd be easy to go as like one of Serena and Williams, you know what I mean? That'd just be cheating, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? There'd be no really thought. So I was thinking, and plus I had to think the sizes, you're going to get sizes and all that sort of stuff. So I thought Princess Leia, I saw it. I thought, you've got to get the hair, dress, and I went to, all of I was getting ready in my room, I had everything on. So that wasn't like, it was a bra, and I had knickers on underneath as well.
What did you have on your feet?
Might be some Air Force Ones.
Might have been,
yeah.
She needs to be sporty, Princess Leia, doesn't she?
Yeah. I didn't wear. I don't. I'm a trainer's man, so I wouldn't even want to wear heels. I could have done that all night. I don't know. So that was the one. Though. It was good. So the funny thing is, it was a night in Bournemouth, and then that weekend, I think Sheffield United were there, and they was superheroes, and it was like kind of like half, like, you know, kicking off. I think they were League One, we were League Two, you know, and then like squaring up, you know, you got like Spice Girls, and then you got bloody, you know, Superman and Iron Man, like what? It'd have been a good fight. Tell him on the camera, like, oh, see that? But yeah, so we had some good outfits. Everyone made an effort. I don't think anyone had underwear on.
Not quite that much of an effort.
I'm competitive like that, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it was that fancy trip.
Just see Princess Leia having a fight with Thor.
Yeah. I mean,
beach.
I remember one Christmas do, I think it was with Leeds, and Robbie Fowler just signed, and we just thought, what are we going as? And we said, we're going as like army, like everyone's military, so everyone like chance go and get. So I was going online, googling like proper. I went like the Desert Storm military. I had that outfit, the boots and everything, and everyone went proper done it. So we met in Leeds Town Centre. So it was everyone, like 36 of us, all dressed as military. Gary Kelly leading. Files of two. we're storming bar to bar, far as two, walking in every bar, walking around, and that was a Christmas do where, the time when you see Robbie Fowler just sign, and the next day in the morning he's in the taxi, fell out, so all drunk and steaming. So that was one, and I think we had.
Where Gary Kelly did he walk over a car?
He might have done. Kel's, yeah, might be a normal night for Kel. It was a bit of a mad one, but yeah, I remember that, and I think we had the old school where someone gets a little exotic dancer and pounds in the jar. So we had like that, and everyone's in the army gear, like whoa, whoa. So and then we went into town. But yeah, that was a memorable Christmas do the army gear. But then Princess Leia.
Did you ever go to Dublin?
Did we do a Dublin Christmas? Not on the Christmas no, not a Christmas do, I don't think. We went Dublin in general, but not on a Christmas one.
It's a fantastic part of the year for footballers, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's the
yeah.
whole month leading up to it. You're just buzzing for it, aren't you?
Yeah,
it's longer than the month.
Yeah.
Pre-season, you're thinking only 6 months until Christmas, lads.
Do they still have them now, though? It's like it's like you're not allowed to have them. The manager's going, no, we'll do one at the end of the year. What?
Yeah,
sure. Do you know what I mean? It's like part of it, like your Christmas. Everyone's thinking what we're going to do, what we're going to dress up as. It's brilliant. And some people start getting suspended accidentally on purpose. Sorry, booking it. Fine, I'm out for Christmas. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it was a good Christmas dues are the best.
Kevin Nolan, or someone was. He got booked. He got his fifth booking at the start of December for like 5 seasons running. And so like that, every year he timed it.
Some players that are quite clever like that.
There's that and Cheltenham. The amount of messages I've got, get on so and so to get booked. It's Cheltenham. It must be because Christmas will be 5 bookings, but Cheltenham will be 10.
So you get 2 games.
Yeah, 2 games. Yeah. Some people just love. Yeah, I mean, I've never been one for the horses and the Cheltenham, but there's some players that just they have to be there, and that's their place.
There always seemed to be a Tuesday night game and all, didn't there? Cheltenham week.
Yeah.
So it used to fuck the whole job up.
So that'll be it. Get booked on Saturday, so you miss Tuesday.
Miss Saturday.
Stay down there all
4
week.
in sick.
Yeah. Started as a striker, I believe.
What's that?
Did you start as a striker?
Oh, when I was 9.
Oh.
Yeah. No, done some research, didn't you?
We've gone really bad.
Yeah.
We've been on Ancestry.com, mate.
First kiss was a girl called Emma, and my 12.
My history teacher as well. No, yeah, I started as a striker when I was like young, and then I started making my way back. So by the time I'm 12, I'm a defender. I started striker. My mum got me into football. Here you go, Caribbean family. Dad's like, oh, go on, just do football then. And it's just playing. So it's just fastest, strongest, chasing the ball. Then as I start getting into it, find my position. By 12, I was a defender. But
what age were you picked up by Chelsea?
Around 12, 13. Yeah, I went to Chelsea at 12, 13. Yeah, so.
Was that your local club?
No, I'm a North London boy. So when I was at my grassroots club, all the players were going to Spurs, and at Spurs at the time. So I was like, I only got to Chelsea through, you go to district trials and all that sort of stuff, and the scout was there. But I think 2 weeks before that, through the trials, West Ham said, "Oh, come down. We want you to come and train with us." Oh, buzzing. So I've gone, Mum, and West Ham want me. So I go, okay, so I need a kit. I can't wear my Enfield Rangers kit. All right, no worries. She's like, okay. She don't know much about football. And then where she used to work at the Ford's Motor Company, you always get the wheeler and dealer, things come in there. And I've got you a kit. So she brought me home the Arsenal, the one they at Anfield, they scored the
yellow and blue one.
Yeah. So I'm like, thanks, Mum. But not want to be rude, but thinking I'm going to West Ham. So the scout would take me to West Ham. Was running late. There was the training ground indoor bit. So opened up. There's this kid walks in this Arsenal kit. All the kids the coach. Oh, come on, just join in with there. And they're doing skills and that. And my game has never been skills. I'm just strong. So doing skills 2-touch keep up things. I'm and all the kids obviously looking at me, think, who's this player? They're looking down the line going, I hated it. I just wanted it to end. Like, playing a game, doing five-a-side again doesn't really show my thing. So we got in the car. I was like, I'm never going back there again. Never going back there again. They didn't even call me, but they went back there. So then like,
they'll call you.
Yeah. So then I think like later when I went to Chelsea, and then I was there for the next 10 years.
Who's in the youth setup with you?
Muzzy is it? Was a year above me. There was Terry Skiverton, was a year above me. In my year, Paul Hughes, Stan Bowler, England schoolboys. So I had Neil Shipley was a year above me as well. But Muzzy, when we was playing schoolboys, Muzzy and Skivo was playing the same youth team together. So we come through the ranks similar time together. Obviously, they got a pro before me a year above, but yeah, Muzzy actually never played for the Chelsea first team, which is a shame because
surprising.
Everybody who's played with him always talks about him.
Unbelievable.
How good he were, yeah. Tags were like he was outrageous.
Yeah. Was he a late developer or was he that?
No, like Muzzy was small and skinny, but then he started to develop. So when he was like pro, even Glenn Hoddle loved him. Like time just didn't play, and then I think Leicester made an offer, and then the rest is history. Like what a player, like, unbelievable player, like. Brilliant.
Because unless he played, he never really gets mentioned, does he? Obviously, amongst Leicester fans, he will.
Yeah.
But anybody else?
No.
So,
just a not average run of the mill, but just a solid Premiership footballer.
He was like wow, because Neil Lennon gets mentioned more than Muzzy in that sort of like bracket. Robbie Savage in that team gets obviously sometimes off the field antics keeps his name in the limelight and such. Now he's obviously media, but Muzzy was like. Unbelievable, like a very underrated player.
Do you think it was that he couldn't do it on the field, like in the games, in the big games? Because everybody says how amazing he is, who's trained with him, and
he does. I think if you look at games, he was the main man. I think he'd done it in games. I just felt like he's sometimes, no social media, just playing, so he's not getting that sort of like attention. If you know football, unless the press are going to rave about you.
Like Jack Grealish.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like the saviour. Like, unless something they're saying about Muzzy, like they're not, he's just like, okay, Leicester fans appreciate him, brilliant. Everyone else, like, okay, good performance by him, but they don't get raved about.
The YTS experience, were you cleaning boots?
Yeah. I love my YTS. I mean, you get, I got a taster for it when I was schoolboy in the summertime. My whole summer was going to the training ground. Chelsea training ground was Heathrow, and I was from North London, so I had to get all the way from North London to Heathrow by train. So I'd get a bus at 7:30, then jump on the Piccadilly line from one end to the other, like. And then at that time, like you're trying to save money, so you're thinking, I'm gonna save that train fare, so I'll get something to eat afterwards. You know what I mean? And then so that means if you save your train fare, you've got one eye open, looking out for the ticket inspector. Do you know what I mean? When you pay your fare, you sleep all the way through. Like it's like one into the other. So it's like all summer you're doing that, and so you get a taste of what the YTS life being like cleaning. So you make cleaning boots then, and then when you got your YTS, it's like yes. So every morning, you're cleaning the boots. You just that whole camaraderie of every day, the banter, it's your mini squad of your pros. You see the pros, but you had your own banter in the youth team. You had laugh and joke, be loud, and you see the pro. Afternoon gaffer. Like, do you know what I mean? So, but I loved the YTS days. It was like funny. I mean, when I was first year YTS, I had, say, Muzzy, Skivo, Neil Shipley, and every day in training, Ships was like the youth team. Alan Shearer he broke Jimmy Greaves' record in the youth team, scoring a load of goals. So in training, he just wanted to pin and hold you like that. So me and Ships just wrestling every day in training, and like obviously the manager would always put us on opposite sides. We had Peter Nicholas was our youth team manager in my first year, the Welsh captain, and he wasn't like great, but I used to like. Young and like want to show how strong I was getting bookings. He was going, don't worry about that, dude. Just go on. Yeah, just fucking kick them. Like if they move, kick them. Like green light. So then end of the season, I've like got 48 points. I got to go before the FA. I'm like,
48 booking points.
I'm like, before the FA, I'm like, oh my God. And then he's going, well, that's a bit stupid, isn't it? Like, you got to be clever if you want to make it to pro. And I'm like, but you. So he left me hanging a little bit.
How many yellow cards?
That's Warnock gets that, isn't it?
It was a lot. It was like I was just getting bookings, and I had the suspensions and bookings, but he was like saying, yeah. He didn't say like stop it. And then when I went for the FA, he just said, that's a bit stupid. I mean, better go and see Gwyn and go and sort it out. Like, I remember that same conversation. I went to Gwyn, who's like Gwyn Williams, Ken Bates' right hand man, and like, so I went, Gwyn, like, yeah, I know why you're here. So I'm like, yeah, but fucking stupid, isn't it? So I'm like, he goes, tell you what, I want to see you and your mum and dad Stamford Bridge Wednesday. So like 2 days. I'm like, mum, dad, like, I need you to come like to Stamford Bridge. My dad's like pissed because he's got like take a day off and get a train to Stamford Bridge. So I'm like, don't know what it's about. So we're in Stamford Bridge. Like, my dad's there, so I'm not bad. So we're in Ken Bates' office to see Gwyn, and he's like, well, you know, Michael's like got so many points and it's his first year. It's not good. Mum's looking at me like, I'm like sitting there like, fucking hell. But we want to offer him a pro. I'm like, pro? My dad's like, how much is that? Like, so I'm like, I think pro. So I think it was like 250 or 220. I got pro. So I'm buzzing and well done. So I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I'm a pro. And them days, you know, like your whitest, you know, you play someone, he's a pro. Oh my God, he's a pro already. A pro. So I was like signing pro to like 17. So I was like, I'm a pro. And then on the way on the train on the way home, my dad's like, so now you're a pro. I went to give your mum this month. No, I ain't got my first check yet. Like, so yeah, he's like working out like you can give your mum this and give your mum that. I'm thinking anything for you. So yeah, the same conversation. It was that. But Peter Nicholas, my first youth team coach, didn't help me. And very like what's the word? Like there was a few confrontations with him, like with my youth team coach. He wasn't very good. Used to always think like, you know, you have your duties, and I was think like, why has the second year's not got any duties? Why is us as the first year's not feeling oppressed? Like, why we got to go back to Stamford Bridge and do the jobs? Just fucking do it. Who are you talking to? What? Just like that. So,
do you think you could have been construed as a bit of a bad egg then?
No, I was a good egg. But you know what it was is I was the voice of the first years. So when all like, so you got your duties every day. You used to go back to Stamford Bridge. So the training ground was Heathrow, and every day we had to go back to Stamford Bridge to wash the kit, dry the kit, bag the kit, and put it back in the minibus to go back to the training ground the next day. So it'd say like the first years, then maybe the second years, but it was like first years, and the second years we're just going home from, like we're going like, when you go to Stamford Bridge, you're getting home at 9 o'clock. When you leave from Heathrow, you're getting home in the afternoon, because like it was only like 2 dryers at Stamford Bridge at the time. Let's think, not Chelsea you see now, it's a different Chelsea, like, do you know what I mean? So it was like 2 washers, 2 dryers. There was no kit ladies, it was like us and, was it a kit lady? There might have been one lady there, and so they're washing it, and it comes out, you're drying it, then you have to wait for 2 loads of that, then bag it up. So you're sitting around like, waiting around, you know, the heat of the dryers make you sleepy anyway, like, you start the session. So like when you're going back there and get home at 9, and then the only good thing is that they used to have, this is football back then, so they used to be associated with like this American Diner, had this contract with American Diner. So what it was is the youth team players were allowed £4. So you go to this American Diner, you sign your name, and you get £4 worth of food, and like, you know, you get like burger and chips, doner kebab and chips. Like that was a perk. I think, like, do you know what I mean? Like, so you go back there, and sometimes you think, oh, I'm just signing for Paul because Paul said to get him a burger and chips. Yeah? And I was like, okay. So they didn't care because they were getting the sign. So then when Paul comes, what? No, there's no food for you. It's like he's screwing because you can't get a burger and chip we're waiting for. So when you went back, the only thing you look forward to is sometimes getting a kebab and chips in this place. But yeah, Nico was like, we felt him like harshly done by us. But luckily for me and my football, the next year, Glenn Hoddle come in and he brought Graham Rickson.
Do you think it was Do you think he really liked you, but it was just one of them he might have thought you needed a kick up the arse?
No,
youth team managers like that. You don't realise it at the time.
No, I don't think, because he never. No, because you know what it was, because he wasn't like me personally bucking heads with him all the time. It's just the way he'd done things. So he'd say things to me like he was more old school, more just bully, and I get that, you know, sometimes you're like, but sometimes that comes with a little, this is why I'm doing it. Do you know what I mean? Or they just do it, and you see a little stuff. There was nothing like that. For me, he just wasn't that great a youth team manager. He didn't really get the best out of anyone. Muzzy excelled because Muzzy was a good player. Skivo done well because Skivo was good. Ships was just, at that age, was far superior than anyone else, and he went into the first team very quickly. It wasn't down to Peter Nicholas. So they made it
in spite of him, really.
Yeah. He wasn't like a great coach where it was wow. He was just an old pro, had a good career, good old pro, taken over. But I don't think that was his calling to be youth team.
One about the Graham Ricks took over, but there's a documentary we were talking about before.
Yeah,
and it's brilliant. Remember, me and you watched a bit of it about the youth team. It was when Jody Morris was coming through.
Yeah.
And it gives a proper insight into the youth team.
Yeah.
Rixie was good. Like Rixie, like for me, there's a lot of chapters. You know, you look at people coming in at the time, and Rixie was brilliant. I still speak to Rixie now. We're good friends, and how he come in, how he spoke football. You know, made you feel like a young man. You know, all you want to be is like a young man, a young pro. Like, and he made you feel like that. He spoke. All you do is we finish training, and they say Rixie goes, makes a coffee, go in my pocket, get my cafe cremes. And then come out. So we get him a coffee, and then have his cafe cremes, and we sit on the grass and we talk football. And he'd give us an insight. So we sit talking to him, and he'd tell us stories of playing at Arsenal with Liam Brady. He'd situations what the gaffer or Glenn Hoddle at the time was like. You know, when you used to ask Peter Nicholas what was like Glenn Hoddle like, what was so like, just tell us nothing, no insight. But Ricks would give us an insight, what you got to think, how you got to be. And he just give you a different perspective of football, of what you want to do. And I remember one of the first conversations he had with me, because when Glenn Hoddle's come in, I was nervous, man. I was like, oh my God, Glenn Hoddle, man.
Was this Glenn's first job?
I was 18. I just turned 18, 17, 18, going to be 18 that year.
So English legend walking through the door.
Yeah, second year YTS. I was more nervous thinking, he's a skill player. I'm not a skill player. Like, he's not going to like me. Remember, I've just come off a season of getting so many bookings, and like, he's not going to like me, man. Like, fucking hell, I'm out. That's my Chelsea career over. Like, man, I was like sitting in summer thinking, bloody hell. And he's come in, and one thing about Glenn Hoddle, he's thorough. He knew everyone. He knew how you played on a Saturday. He knew what you did well. He knew everyone's name. And like, so when Rixie come in, it like just changed the whole perspective of how I thought about football. And he said to me, I'm going to tell you one thing. This season, I'm going to be harsher on you than anyone. Like, what? I haven't done anything. I'll tell you why. And he explains it like, because if they see that you can't get away with shit, they're going to fall into place. So I'm going to be on harsh on you. So I'm like,
take it as a compliment.
Policy. So, yeah, so it's still not fair. Like, but like, yeah, okay. And he was like
wiping his coffee creme on your knob.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, he was, and he kept that, and he was like.
But at least you knew, though, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a way he done it. But he was, and he used to still, when he signed as a youth team manager, he was still registered as a player. So I remember we went. I was going away with the first team in the European game, and my youth team manager was on the bench for me, and then he come on like in this European game, and I think it was on the left touchline, and I'll never forget, like, his playing company team we played, and he's like, you can tell he still had it, so he must have done this run, did like just run, fake this run, go run that way, got the ball, turn, cross, and he looked at me and winked, and then jogged on. I was like, oh my God, that's my youth team manager. Do you know what I mean? But he still had it, like, he was just like, but he was when he come along, he just changed the way he think, and he helped my game, and like so many others in that documentary showed it.
Can you remember a specific time when you thought, Hoddle's having me? I've got half a chance here.
You know what, with the gaffer, and I still got him now, I call him the gaffer, I can't call him Glenn, it's like too personal. Like, we're not on that level. Like Gaffer.
I don't like to call you Jude.
Yeah, I know. So rude. So then, like coming through, he used to always speak. Like we trained with the first team a couple of times, and then he said to me, I think he just said, "Oh, you're playing next week." I think he's playing Coventry, playing on Tuesday.
Yeah, we're Coventry.
You're playing on Tuesday. I was like, all right. It's like getting your head right, and I was like, oh my God, playing. You know, just to play like first playing. So then he always just say things to me, but he was always harsh on me, like hard on me. Like honestly, like when I come through, even when I broke through, he was on me. But like he was full of like discipline, make sure, and it helped me through my whole career. But there wasn't a sign I thought he was having me because he never let me know. And even when I made it, he never let me know. So I played in that game, and then I think because they were going for the cup final, so he wanted to rest some players. I played in the game, well done, and then I went out on loan to Bournemouth. So there was nothing like that was a follow up and being involved. It was like there and then. So I was always still like not sure. And even when I come through, so I went on loan, come back. And I made my return, my second debut, as I call it, against Leeds United, Ellen Road. Tony Yeboah. So I'm playing, did well, Ellen Road. Stopped Tony Yeboah playing. You know, well done. Next week's a test. Teddy Sheringham, Chris Armstrong, Spurs. See how you do there. Okay, so then, play that game. Well done. Next week's a test. Ian Wright, Arsenal. See how you do there.
Fucking hell, he's throwing them at you.
So the games would come like, but he never like it was never. I could never rest because he's saying, well, now your test is next week. Done well there, but this year you get there. So I'm like, okay, now what if I fail that one? He's gonna think I'm rubbish. So there's always, and even through, he was like always keep me grounded. He never let me talk to the press. Like he said, like you're not talking to the press. I'm like, okay. I'm thinking, well, they're gonna think I'm rude. Like who's this kid walking past them? But he already spoke to them, but weren't allowed to talk to the press. I remember, and I'll say it now, it was like, I think he's the only gaffer I've ever been scared of. Like, I was young, the only gaffer I've ever been scared of. Like, if I was going to be late, oh my God. Oh. And I used to travel in with Paul Furlong, who had no sense of time whatsoever. I weren't driving. And Furs, like, was just, on his first date, the record club signing £2.5 million, Furs was late. And you know, like, you're late, you have a little jog up. He was just walking, especially when it started, just walking. Yeah, so I'm late. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's got no sense of time. And I used to travel in with him. He's come from Enfield. And so he picked me up 20 minutes late. And I'm sitting in the car, like, not wanting to be like, I'm like, in myself, I'm going, oh shit, please go faster, please drive faster. Please drive faster. Yeah, like, and he'd park. And where, like, he'd park up, I'd run in. He'd, like, be going, get this. I'd run in, like, quickly trying to get changed, hopefully not no one see. Sorry, Gaffer, I'm late. Sorry, Gaffer, I'm late. Not saying it. Furs was driving, like, sorry, Gaffer, I'm late. So the gaffer was the only one I'd say, like, I was scared of, but it was on me, discipline. I remember, so I passed my test, been driving for a bit, and I went and ordered, like, wasn't a flash car, like a BMW compact, like a small car, but I just done it up, like, nice. Not like, well, in Ripsby, like, big spoilers.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, not like that, but, like, just nice done. And then I remember, like, it was on order, and I remember he was training, he said, dudes, come here. Yes, gaffer. Heard you've ordered a flashy car. Make sure it's not true. Make sure I don't see you driving in a flashy car. Okay, gaffer, I'm thinking, fuck, it's already ordered, what am I going to do? So I remember I used to drive in Harlington, like, long car park. I used to park it right at the end. I'm still in the first team now. Park it right at the end, and then just walk in, hoping he never saw it. But obviously you see it. But I used to just park in thinking, fucking hell, what if he tells me to get rid of it, what am I going to do? But it was on me. But, like, not in a, like, horrible way, but, like, just never let me know that, hey, well done, you're like the man. He just always kept me on my toes, which, you know, maybe that was his way.
That's different. It's amazing how different managers work as well, isn't it? Because, as you said, Glenn Huddle told you quite a few days before you played. Where Nigel Clough told Norm 45 minutes before.
Yeah.
You know,
told his mum and dad.
So he couldn't shit his pants.
Yeah.
You know, not thinking about it for 2-3 days before.
Yeah.
It's surprising that you've said these bit of a disciplinarian, because he always, to me, just looks like a bit of a soft touch in a way.
Yeah, no.
He was an iconic character as well at the time. You know, pop star. He was.
Yeah, I remember.
He was the early Becks, wasn't he?
I'm North London, so in North London. I remember one time I must have been about 10 or 11, and I'm driving like for Edmonton with my dad. Stopped at the lights, and this white BMW looked, and it's Glenn Hoddle. Nudging my brother, it's Glenn Hoddle. That's Glenn Hoddle. Do you know what I mean? It's Glenn Hoddle. Like he was the Becks of his time. He's like, you know, walk out, tassels out of his socks, you know, hair down, the number 10, shirt just like outside his shorts. He was an icon. So when he's come, like, this is Glenn Hoddle, man. Do you know what I mean? It's Glenn Hoddle. So when as a manager, yeah, like he was the gaffer, like, and everyone knew he was the gaffer. You know, when I was a young player, everyone saying, "Oh, used to sulk a little bit or whatever it is," but I think more so early on because he was only 30. He must have been 38 when he was took over at Chelsea. So sometimes when people couldn't do what he could do, and he's thinking, shit, you know what I mean? Like, he's looking at him thinking, how can you not ping a ball 60 yards on someone's left crest of their shirt? You know what I mean? What he could do. So I think more he got frustrated with players than like, but he was a proper disciplinarian. Like,
I think he, for me, he seems more of a one that you'd just give it the "you've let me down," and that'd be worse than
you
wouldn't want to disappoint him.
You know what I mean? You let me down, and that'd be enough.
Yeah, I remember him having like a screaming, but like his words are just like, he didn't need to, did he? He just had that authority and respect. But yeah, it was. I think he was the first and last gaffer that I really feared in that sort of way. Oh my God. Well, obviously there's other managers that you wanted to do well for, or you had the respect for, but like that fear, I remember feeling like, oh, I don't want to be late. Oh my God. Maybe because I was young as well. Like, if I'm late, he's gonna hammer me. Like blah blah. But Glenn Hoddle, yeah.
Were you confident when you went into that first team? Because like you're the leader. You're the leader in the youth, so when you carry that through.
I always say that when I was 17, I was at Chelsea. I said, I'm the best defender in this club. Not going to all the pros, I'm the best, but I'm the best defender in this club. There was poorly there, but I thought I'm the best defender. And that's what I told myself. And over the time, always said I'm the best defender in this club. And at some stage, I believe I was, and I played like it. So when I went into the first team, I had no fear. Like, the only thing that you worry about like is on the ball, but defending, no one getting past me, it didn't bother me. Someone attacking me in the air, didn't bother me. Someone for strength, it didn't bother me. So I had no fears going into the game. But on my debut, I always tell the story when I did play. So late Tuesday, Stamford Bridge, they had at one end they had the old clock, and we're starting now. It was against Peter Unlove. It was nippy. So I remember playing against him, a few runs, tackle, a few runs in the air. I remember like, I thought, oh my God, what's that? Wasn't it Paul? Like, I thought myself get cramp. I think cramp. I looked at the clock. Like, there's like only like 6 minutes gone. I'm like, fucking hell. And like, like you stretch it out. I think, it keeps coming back. I think, oh shit. I can't say to him I got cramp like 6 minutes. So I remember playing the whole game like trying to nurse like this cramp like in my leg like through the game, chasing him, doing this run around. I just thought, oh my God, shit. But I did all right. We lost the game 2-1, but like I handled it thinking I can play at this level. And against Peter and I was like the nippy little jinky player. I thought, I can play at this level. So I had no fear playing. I've never feared or been nervous playing a game of football. Yeah.
Because you sense a change around the club, because obviously Hoddle comes in, and then Ruud Gullit's not far behind, Mark Hughes, and there's
there was definitely a sense that there's a change in the when people talk about the Chelsea now, like they talk about Abramovich, but before that it was Glenn Hoddle. The mentality, the players that were coming in, and how players thought, diets and all that sort of stuff. Glenn Hoddle was, the foundation. Look, foundation is Glenn Hoddle. He changed it. I mean, you got like Ruud Gullit and Mark Hughes coming in the club, man. It's like, I remember Ruud Gullit walking in. I'm like, oh my God, that's Ruud. I just watched him in the European Championship. That's Ruud. Right, Ruud. Yeah, Ruud Gullit. Like, you know what I mean? Just thinking, oh my God. And I'm like 20, 21, and I'm like, Ruud Gullit's gonna be my teammate. I'm like, wow. Do you know what I mean? Mark Hughes, Sparky, like, oh my God.
Did you go straight in with Sparky?
Huh? Yeah, I went Sparky. I went straight in.
That's the way. Get it away. Get it over early.
Yeah,
did they? I mean, we spoke about it before. Did the older lads buy into Glenn Hoddle straight away then? Do you know we all, because we're obviously we're all stubborn bastards, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know, with all these diets and all this change and everything and that, did they all the lads like think, okay, it's not really for me this? Or do you think they bought it more because it was Glenn Hoddle telling them?
I think slowly. I think the sort of changes were. I think Andy Towns was captain. He went.
Worked for Andy. Not for me this.
Yeah. I think more because they were close in age, wasn't it? Like they didn't want to play for someone close in age or something like that. So, but slowly but surely, the players that were left started buying into what he was doing, the changes, the style of football, and in the diet. And it wasn't too drastic, like in what he was doing
too quickly.
Yeah, it wasn't massively. It was just subtle changes, and then it's been built on by the managers coming after us. But yeah, I think the players bought into it, and he had a philosophy of playing, and it worked.
Does he get the credit for it off the Chelsea fans? About this, everyone talks about Abramovich.
Yeah, I sometimes I don't know, because when people talk of Chelsea, it just seems the Abramovich era.
Yeah,
and it just starts Abramovich era, and then people forget that there was people winning things before, and how it started was the Glenn Hoddle. It wasn't start, but he changed a mentality and a mindset, because before the club was just lingering in, flirting around like mid-range, mid-table, doing all right, but could go down and could be that sort of yo-yo team. And he kind of like said, you know what, this is where we're going to kick on, and this is what we're going to do. And the players he brought in just said that with the intentions.
If I'm a youth team player training with the first team and stuff, and we're doing a five-a-side, I think Dennis Wise is one of them that I wouldn't want to be on his team, just for hammering.
Yeah, Wise was your. I don't know if you've seen the documentary, the Wimbledon documentary. I don't know if you've ever seen that, like the Crazy Gang documentary. And Wisey was that mindset, like, I'll break you if you're a good enough player. You'll come through and you'll be all right. But then in that, there's a lot that are falter, and I think that was the mindset of football. It was just that sort of like fraternity, harsh, get through it. If you don't get it, you'll never be a player. You just got to bite your lip and just go through it. And he was like relentless on people. I'd run-ins with Wisey loads of times, coming through.
Would he stand up to you?
Wisey did, but he was captain, so he had the mouth. And remember, when you're a young lad, all someone's got to say to you is, Billy Big Time. You go, yeah. So your argument's, yeah.
He might have respected if he just chinned him though and thought, fucking hell, he has
Billy Big Time, Billy Big Time. But after a while, there's like many instances that Wisey, me and Wisey in each other's face. What the fuck are you gonna do? Well, fucking break it. Go on, do it then. And it'd be like sort of like, what are you gonna do? Like, do it then. Do you know what I mean? And then it just. But then once he established, then the bullying stops, like most bullying, doesn't it? Once he realises, and then move on. So he was relentless with his mouth. He could crush people, kill people, on people. But yeah, that was his personality, his character, his captain at the time. And did he get away with it? Maybe so, but that was just what everyone expected to him. And those who told him to shut up, he'd shut up or not. And those who didn't, he'd just go on and on and on.
You see lads crumble.
Yeah, but that's football. You see some people crumble, some people stand up, some people just get on with what they're doing. And whether it be youth team or first team, you just see people like just crumble. And sometimes bullying is it's down to what people think is bullying, some people don't, is different, isn't it? So me getting someone just fucking it and over again because I want to win, he's thinking fucking hell, like he's always on me, and he seems it's bullying. So at the time you're just thinking I want to win, and you have that I want to win, that's why I'm doing it, because I want to win, but not really thinking about what it says to anyone else. And sitting here as a 45-year-old ex-player, sometimes thinking, oh, that maybe be a bit harsh what I said to that, but at the time you're in this place where
quite normal.
Yeah, normal, and it's sometimes it's a survival mechanism more than anything, because when you come in as a youth team, you're seeing how the room next door what you have to be like to survive and get on. So you're training in this room, not just the football, just as everything. You're mimicking what you see there. So then you take that into the next room, which is the first team room, and you have to be strong as a youngster, because they're thinking, let's see if he make it, if he's got the balls to make it. So they're always probing you. So you have to stand up and you have to get through it. And then you're like, okay, this is what I need to be me and to survive in here. And then it just carries on. So not everyone is like that, but it's just, you have to be like that sometimes to survive.
I think as well, though, you've got to have a conscience, because if you're on a young'un all the time in training, I'd like, if it was me, after training while we're having dinner, just have a bit of crack with him. Just let him know that it's not a personal thing, that you're digging him out and not speaking to him after training. Same again the next day, on him all the time. Yeah. You kind of pull him and go, listen, I'm only fucking
trying to help you.
That's personalities, and some players were like that. Some players didn't have to hammer. I remember when I was coming through, I always said to myself, I want to be like the pro, like a David Rocastle, God rest his soul, like Dave Rocastle when he was at Chelsea with me, a Mark Steen, like Gavin Peacock, those pros, Mark Hughes, that helped a youngster. Do you know what I mean? Not the ones that just like on them. Do you know what I mean? Different when we're peers and we're going, get there, you get them, and we can have that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But we all know when you're on someone, and even again, the sort of the off the field banter, like, you know, it's such a loose worm. Everyone just hides under. We say what you want. It's banter. It's banter. You know, it's just banter. It's just banter. Do you know what I mean? You just stabbed me. It's just banter. Just pull it out. Like, do you know what I mean? No,
just pull it out.
It's not even near your rib. Oh, do you know what I mean? So everything just under banter. So there's a little thing that in how you want to be as a pro, we understand what like hammering a young lad is, and we can understand what we can do for him in talk to him. I think some people choose not to. Some people are not great pros and not helping people. Again, when I used to look at what I went through as a 21-year-old and what some pros were, like the senior pros with me then, and when I got to that age and how I was with other younger pros, my thing is to help. My thing was to help them, offer words of advice. If they use that advice and become better than me, it's down to me to work harder. Mm-hmm. And I know when I was playing that some pros didn't help because obviously they felt I was a threat, and if they did help, what it become. So I never wanted to be like that. And it's just a mindset of people, you know, when you look and say their insecurity, how they are as a person, all that stuff. But they say when you're just on someone and bullying, because maybe sometimes they get away with it for so long anyway.
How would you when Hoddle left then? Was you disappointed?
What's that?
When Hoddle left?
A little bit, because when he left I was flying high, but he was going to England, so in my head I'm thinking, oh, that's good for me. Like, if I keep playing this, he kind of like me here, it might be a chance to play there. And then I remember I went to I was going to some football awards in, I think it was Emporium, that they did some football awards, and I remember Ant and Dec were like presenting my awards when they were like, they weren't like
they were Black and Grove,
Black and Grove.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah, they weren't.
They
weren't. I'm a celebrity Ant and Dec. They were
fresh from Black and Grove.
Hey, you two, you need to be fucking better.
So they were there. So I remember the whole day. So the people doing the awards told me they were going to get a limousine to pick you up. So I picked them up from my mum's house, and I was with my first partner at the time, and the limousine come. Drive knocked on the door, got in, and in the limousine was Linda Lusardi and her husband. I'm going, it's Linda Lusardi, man.
You've seen her tits, haven't you?
I just thinking, like, this is to me is like, it's Linda Lusardi. She's talking to me, I'm going, in my head I'm thinking, it's Linda Lusardi, man. That's all the whole journey from North London all the way to Emporium, I'm going, I'm in a limousine with Linda Lusardi. Her husband's talking, I'm going, mate, you're married to Linda Lusardi. That's what, this is like icon to me at the time. Kids Google Linda Lusardi.
Back in the day,
yeah, back in the day.
Incredible.
Unbelievable. And then so I went to this award, and so I remember table, Ruud was there, Ruud Gullit, Eddie Newton, I can't remember, another teammate of mine. So I was there, we got the award, I got the young player, best up and come young player, beat off like Ryan Giggs, Robbie Fowler. I was buzzing. I just think they couldn't make it. To be fair,
it's too much for a limousine from Manchester to Liverpool. Too much.
Well, yeah. So I got it anyway. So then no, the thing was in Leicester Square, and the after party was at Emporium. So I remember going to Emporium on a high, and Ruud was there, and Ruud was like going to me, "Okay, lovely boy," because we called everyone lovely boy. Yes, Ruud. Yeah, he goes, "If I become manager, you have to change." So I think, what are you talking about? You too stiff, you like what? Ooh. I'm thinking, you're really killing my high right now, bro.
Just tell me more than that.
And he started caning me as a player. I'm thinking, if you become manager, Eddie Newton's going, Ruud, leave it out. But then he become manager, and in his head, early on, he wanted to play at the back with Frank Leboeuf, and thought they can play at the back together, control things, play. So early on, I was like, what the hell? Like,
so Ruud were playing centre half with Frank Leboeuf?
He tried to play a couple of games, tried to play centre half, but then they didn't have the legs, and they kept getting exposed, and I'd come in. And so early on, it's like, I'm happy I'm like playing, but like, it changed from being a high with Glenn to Ruud coming. And remember, Ruud as a teammate was great, but Ruud as a manager wasn't so great.
Did he just turn like that?
Yeah, he just very much quickly changed. I remember funny. So one of the first meetings we had, when Ruud signed, Ruud like young player, wanted to go to London, like, so he said, Frank Sinclair, Frank, hey, take me to clubs in London, like I want to go.
Frank liked a night out as well.
Yeah. Frank liked a night out, so he took Ruud to these places. He'd always phone Frank want to go out. Frank's like, I'm staying in. Come on, lovely boy, come, let's go. So he'd Frank would get out of his bed and take Ruud to these clubs. So then when Ruud turned manager, I was having a meeting. Okay, everyone, I'm this. He goes, there's some changes. Point to Frank, you, or you're going out. I know about you going out. No more. Frank's like, fucking, because I'm taking you. Like, really? Like, yeah, Frank, like, take the fucking piss. But it kind of changed. It changed a lot. So it was a drastic change as well. But yeah, as a manager, I wouldn't say he was my favourite manager. I remember one time I knocked on the door. I said, Ruud, can I have a word, please? Okay, lovely boy, come in.
Did he still call you lovely boy when he was manager?
Yeah, lovely boy, okay. So like, I just want to know what's going on. He was sitting at his desk and saying, okay, lovely boy, okay. Chelsea are here, and right now you are here, and if you don't get to here, you will be out there. Okay, lovely boy. All right.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah. So like, there's a few stories like, it was like, but it wasn't for me great. But when he was manager, I remember he signed Zola, and what a player. But before that, we had John Spencer playing in that role, and Spenny was doing really well, like in behind, doing really well. And we're like, why are you signing Zola for? Like, fucking hell, Spenny, we don't need this Zola. Obviously, you see him training, thinking, but at the time, it was like, don't need Zola, I've got Spenny. Spenny's doing great. And then so Zola come, Spenny was out, and Spenny was loud. Spenny would say anything to anyone. He didn't give a fuck. Glaswegian loud. Fuck you looking at, you wee bastard, you. And so he wasn't playing. So every day, like we had Harlington was, I don't know if you've seen Harlington, it was like cabins. So you had to change them. So you walk from the staff room up there, medical room. So Spenny used to finish training, and every day go and like maybe take his strapping off. And then from we lived there, the staff room was just opposite there. And he started going, please release me, let me go. from the medical room, and have a shower. Cause I don't love it anymore. Right? Like daily, and sometimes
daily.
Some honestly, every shower, and then sometimes they'd have like the press conference on a Friday, and so it echoed upstairs on a Friday shower. Please release me, let me go. Like that, right? But so then Ruud. Like Ruud used to have this after like Umbro dressing gown, like Umbro get my dressing gown, and he had obviously RG on it, and so he had to walk from the staff room, and then say like dressing room's there, so like say the players' dressing rooms are there, and the shower room's there. So Ruud would have his dressing gown on, and he walked to the shower going, la 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 Zola, la 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 Zola. La 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 Zola, shower, and walk back singing that. So this went on for a little bit.
That's fair play from Ruud.
Childish Ruud.
That's what I mean. But it went
Chelsea
on for a little
the musical.
bit. That's what I mean. It went on for a bit. I mean, and then there was like this little battle like between Ruud and Spenny. We went to Anfield, and I think the first half, like it was like 3-0, and I think he brought me and Spenny on. It ended up 5-3, and then Ruud's come in. He's going, "Hey, when I tell you to come on, you must." Spenny's going, "What? It's my fucking fault we lost fucking 5-3. Is it? Is it? Fuck you, fuck you!" And getting changed. Fuck you. Hey, and he's getting in the shower. Fuck you, fuck you. Yeah, we big spud nose yeti. You. He's called spud nose yeti. That's what he's calling him. And like just went on like I'm not going God, but then I think
it's rude, all it this.
I know. It just went on a little battle, and then I think not long after Spenny.
To be fair, in the long run, I'm sure Spenny can probably realise that he was a good signing, Gianfranco, weren't he?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. When you look back on it.
So were they being teammates then as well?
There was teammates, yeah. So he used to call him Spudnose when he was teammates, and he's obviously his manager. He's still like when he's angry, he's still called him Spudnose. We Spudnose you. Do you know what I mean?
I like that Ruud's got his own dressing gown.
Yeah, he had he's an Umbro, and it like the Umbro, and it had RG on it, big blue one.
La 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 so.
It's catchy, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like it.
In my head, that rest of the day.
But it was yeah, him and but like, as a player, a teammate, loved him. When he was manager, it was just a bit difficult and a little bit hard. Some of the decisions he was doing, because obviously ultimately he didn't 100% fancy me and wanted me out, and then you know, and in the end he got outed by the senior players, and the meeting with I think Ken Bates, and they decided to let him go.
Right. Who was the senior players?
I think the senior players were maybe Luca, Frank LeBoeuf, Wisey.
Couldn't have been Zola.
They might have been. They were the senior players. Roberto Di Matteo, maybe Eddie. They were the senior players at the time.
So it's tough. There was some squad assembled back then, weren't there?
Yeah.
Is this Abramovich now? Is he there now?
No, Ken Bates.
So they were having a bash before Abramovich then, really, weren't they?
Yeah, had some players, man. Like
the World Cup winner at the time, were he?
Yeah, no.
Is Vialli leading the? Because obviously he takes over. Doesn't
I don't know whether he led it, but he took over. But he's surely in that meeting.
It's a big call, isn't it? Because obviously ex-teammate.
Remember, he's just won the FA Cup, the first trophy Chelsea's won in 20 odd years. He just won that.
You push him for what, League Cup?
We're in that bit there where we're in the semi-final of the League Cup and the quarterfinals of the Cup Winners' Cup when they sack him. So
some player power, innit?
That is, yeah.
We were like, go on, lads, get yourselves out.
Yeah.
I'm right behind you, lads. Come on.
I didn't know the meeting was going on. I mean, can I have a vote? Oh yeah, but I didn't even know the meeting was going on. But I mean, it was a big call. I mean, for me, I'm like, you know, when you're young, it's like them things, they affect you, don't affect you. You just want to be in the team. Do you know what I mean? And like, I was playing, but still, you know, I think he thought I resembled his, in his words, stereotypical English defender, strong, stiff, and I was like, I'm just stiff. I'm stiff. Like, you know, stiff. Like, what kind of, like, do you know what I mean? But that's what I was. He must have thought of me. So, but yeah, and then Luca took over, which was
what were he like? Were he a coffee and cig man?
When he first signed, remember going in the cafe upstairs, and we finished dinner again. I'm like sitting next to Luca Vialli, like it's Luca Vialli, do you know what I mean? And he's talking, and he's gone, pulled out like Marlboros, and then like went to spark up. He was going, what? You can't smoke? No, you can't smoke up here. You can't smoke in general around here. Like, do you know what I mean? So it was like, yeah, he's like, okay, no worries, put him back in his pocket. But yeah, he was a smoker. There's a few players that are smokers. I think the both used to have a little fag.
That's what the foreign imports back then, that used to be their crack, didn't it?
Yeah.
You know how we were obviously boozers.
It's like that culture.
Yeah,
European culture. I mean, we're not getting pissed.
We just go on a Friday and then they'd order like some red wine. And I'd be like, me and Jodie like, oh, you all have 2 glasses of red wine here. whoa, no. Hey, they were there. So like, red wine, I'll have red wine if you have red wine going. No, you just have the orange juice. Do you know what I mean? So that was their culture. But on the back of on the bus, some of them like looked to have a little fag. Trap twos on that. What is this? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, go on. Yeah, so yeah, different culture.
Were you tight with Morris?
Yeah, me and Jodie. Yeah, we come through the ranks together, and we was like the 2 that was in the squad a lot. So we was like really tight. Ended up like Leeds together and St Johnstone together as well. So yeah.
Did he model himself on Dennis Wise?
No, far from it. Wisey was harsh on him. So
similar sort of players, weren't they? Like dogged and.
But Jodie was like a baller. Yeah. Like Jodie was like could manipulate the ball more than Wisey. Like he was a proper baller. So he didn't model himself on Wisey. Yeah, far.
You say he was harsh on him.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's because what you were saying about earlier.
Didn't want him to take his place in the team.
Yeah, but even I remember Wisey being harsh on Muzzy because Muzzy was cleaning his boots and being harsh on Muzzy, and maybe that's his personality. Like, but again, that not helping a young lad because you're thinking maybe they might take your place is on that. But yeah, it was harsh on Jodie at times.
Insecurity, that innit? Yeah, a lot of insecurity.
Yeah, but again, that if you ever watch that documentary, you see like at that Crazy Gang, they were like relentless on players. Even I think John Scales was talking about how bad it was for him, like as a player. I think Terry Phelan was talking about how harsh it was for him, like how they were, and like it was just on them, like it's like no give, like just it wasn't even banter. It was just like we'll see if he breaks, and if they break, they don't make it. Do you know what I mean? So.
Did you speak to Hoddle? Did you ever get close to? Did he say he was looking at you to call you up or out?
What, the England?
Yeah.
No. I remember. I think my mum had an article the other day. There was like I was doing well, and it was an article who's going to make their England call up first. Sol Campbell, and then Michael Duberry, and Sol's 79 England caps later, and I'm like still waiting for mine. But yeah, no. And I remember the next year I ruptured my Achilles tendon. And I was shitting myself because obviously that sort of time, medicine and science, like, oh my God, I remember, I think like 3 years before Neil Webb ruptured his Achilles, it was the end of his career. So I was thinking the worst. So then when I come back, to get back into the team was my only thought. And in that space of time, you know, and even through my career, England had a riches of centre halves. So yeah, never really materialised, as they say.
It was after Vialli took over though, 3 cup finals, 3 clean sheets.
Yes, I tell everyone all the time. Great stat. Yeah, got a tail. Got a tail. Yeah. Yeah. So when he came along, we had the semi-final. We got to the final, brilliant. Then we got to the other final. It was like, wow. So I played my first Wembley final, which was brilliant. Even though I remember waking up and I'd like stomach pains. I played the final ill, which wasn't great, but we got through. Remember,
you tell anyone? Keep it.
Yeah. How you feeling?
Never felt better. Squeezing your ass together.
Yeah.
I never felt better.
Yeah. Just concentrate. But then I remember Nike was sending me some new boots for the final to wear. Like, you know, like the Mercurials, the one that Ronaldo wore in the World Cup, but these were like just normal black ones. But he sent them a size too big. So I'm going, oh my God, stomach ache, boots are too big. Fucking hell, come on now, just concentrate. I remember the final, Gaz was there, like, obviously, like, you know, little hero of yours, like Gaz. I'm like, fucking Gaz, man. I'm like, it's Gaz, fucking hell. And be fair, when he come on, he changed the final because They wanted to play more. It helped us. Do you know what I mean? So we end up winning.
First final against Tottenham.
Middlesbrough, yeah.
Right.
When he scored after 30 odd seconds, was that?
No, that was a cup final that Ruud won in '97. That was.
Were you injured for that one?
Yeah, that ruptured the Achilles. So then, thanks for bringing it up. But yeah, so,
It was that actually, because you must be gutted.
Yeah, I remember.
Cup final opportunity.
Missed it. I remember we had the celebrations in a London hotel, and Pele was there. We had dudes have a picture of the cup. Went, no, I'm only touching that. Next time I win it. Never held it. Fake up, never held it. I was like, gutted, man. I just only got a picture now. But yeah, you're thinking, no, I'm going to hold it when I win it. Got a picture of Pele though, so that wasn't too bad. So then we won the cup final. We didn't get to do the celebrations because we had the semi-finals of the Cup Winners' Cup like the next week. So we said no celebrating. We got let's get our minds back on the semi-final. So we had to win that. I think it was we had to win by 2 goals or something. So we just won, interchange, and then won that. So we got through to the cup final of the Cup Winners' Cup. Then on the build-up to the Cup Winners' Cup, I woke up one day with Bell's palsy. I don't know if you know what Bell's palsy is like. When you have like one side of your brain, like one side of your face, like collapses, like mini stroke. Like so, my face was just collapsed. So I went into training like can't speak. It's like a mini stroke, and I was like, oh my god. So I had to. Don't even have antibiotics. They said like, you can have it. I saw a specialist. He said you can have it for either 2 weeks, 2 months, or whatever. So I'm like panicking, thinking
Scary.
I'm gonna miss the biggest game of my life. It died down, but I still had it. So I played the cup final with this Bell's palsy. When I wanted to speak, I have to hold my face like this so I can get the words out of my mouth like that. So I played. We won that. So again, all it like I'm saying that these massive moments were kind of like sort of overshadowed by a little, sort of. Even when I look at the pictures of celebrating, there's me like, here you go, like in the pictures. Do you know what I mean?
Cup final, cheer up.
Yeah. So and then we played the next year we played the Super Cup, and we after the Cup Winners' Cup we did so we never had an open top bus. I've never been on an open top bus celebrating a cup win. We didn't do it. We just went straight to Martinique, which the club had organised a post-season tour. Went to Martinique, and I remember watching the.
That must have been a
sounds horrific.
Yeah. Just playing some games. Luca was very relaxed about it. Do you know what I mean? But we just going there and a few drinks. And I remember watching the Cup Winners, the Champions League, and it was Juventus versus Real Madrid. And I think he wanted Juventus to win because it'd been for him then playing the Super Cup against his old team. Do you know what I mean? And when they lost, you could see his face was well gutted. And we're thinking, we're playing Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so and then we played the Super Cup. I remember we went to Monaco. So we were doing Monaco and we were training. And that summer now, we just signed Marcel. Marcel's just won the World Cup.
What are you thinking at that time? When you know he's signed?
Yeah, it's like thinking, bloody hell, fuck, that's me gone.
Were you though? Because when you said I'm the best defender at this club, did you think?
The only reason I felt that because I don't think he would leave Frank out because that's the pairing, isn't it? So it's one thing thinking it and then one thing getting a chance. So all I'm thinking is I just want a fair. If I get a fair shot, like if I'm playing well, play me. And then Marcel's signed. So we've done fish training in Monaco, and then Luca's gone, Dubes, can I have a word? I'm thinking, he's going to tell me I'm not playing now. Like before the team. So listen, because of what you done last year and you helped get us here, you're playing. I'll play Marcel midfield, but you're playing. I'm thinking, buzzing. Thanks, Luca. Hey, no worries. So we played the game. We won 1-0. Buzzing. I see him the other day. Thank you for that. He's looking at me like, I'm squeezing him. Go. But yeah, so and again, I love Luca, like I loved how he used to manage, how he used to explain football, how he used to talk football. But yeah, so he helped me that. But then with the Marcel thing, the only thing that part of the reason that I disheartened I left is that there was times when Frank Leboeuf wasn't playing well, and I thought that give me a chance to play with Marcel then. Like, give me a chance to play with Marcel. If he's not playing well, give me a chance. And it never, I think that was his pairing, and that was he felt was his strongest two. And even if Frank never played well, he never got dropped. So it's like, I don't want to sit here on the bench and then just be part of this team that, you know, wins and like. So
could you go and see him? Could you go and see him?
Yeah, I speak to him like for say I think I deserve a shot, and he was very okay. No worries, okay, leave that with me. He was never like bickering and all that sort of stuff.
Did he like? So you know this? I need to go back to this. You know, after you've won the Cup Winners' Cup, surely that he must have said, right, lads, you need a fucking blowout. Have a crack on. You know, on this tour.
Oh yeah, like the tour wasn't. Don't get me wrong. The tour was very much relaxed, and you know there was alcohol, and no one said you couldn't do this. It was just. I mean, we was there for a long while. We was jet skiing and all that sort of stuff, and so we did like we did jet skiing. I remember going on the jet ski with Andy Myers. And I said, Andy, be careful, like because I went on there. I had Bell's palsy, so this side of the face was collapsed, so I couldn't shut the eye. So I'm holding on to Andy, he's going, yeah, and all the salt's going inside. I'm going, Andy, stop now, let's go back, let's go, yeah. I couldn't, if I let him go, I'm going in the water. I was like, the worst, come out, this eye's all red, thinking, ain't even fucking funny, Andy. Like, so I couldn't even, I was holding on to him, if I let go, stop now, all salt water just going in the eye. I was like, fuck's sake. Fucking hell. So I got back, it was like, well, funny, eye all day red, raw. What's up your eye? Yeah, but it was a funny trip, but it was relaxed. But never went on an open top bus with the 3 trophies. I won. But the thing is that you win 3 trophies and you're sitting there, fucking hell, it's going to be a career of like this. Yeah. You just think, wow, cup finals. I remember we went to was it the semi-final? No, it might have been the final, like before the pitch. I saw Sparky like taking pictures like with a camera, not his phone. Like them days, the camera.
Wind on.
Max Spielman.
Yeah. And I was going, what are you doing, Sparky? And he's like, I've got to save these moments. This is Sparky. He must be like 36, 38. Like, I'm thinking, Sparky. Like, you're thinking, you're here. Like, you don't really take it in to the full extent.
I'm
you know what I mean?
I'm
gonna be here. You know, and after the Super Cup, we just closer got a semi-final. I get a semi-final, Champions League semi-final, but I wasn't there. But like them cup finals, you're thinking, wow, I'm winning things. It's
especially when the quick succession like this.
Yeah, 22 and 3 major trophies won, and I'm thinking, wow, this is going to be a great career. I did this, but then it just it dried up. And I remember reading the same happened like to John Macra. I think after 25, he never won like a major again. Do you know what I mean? Like, just like you just don't really appreciate like the times, but yeah, crazy.
So at what point did you think I've got to move on then?
After the full season, what would be 98, when Marcel come, playing was stop-start. I just thought I want to play. I always say don't want to be on the bench. Just if my career is wherever level it is, at least it was because of what I had done, and not just because I just didn't play. And when I look back, I want to say I played to the best of my ability. So I just thought I want to get away, and things happened. And as far as the agent had talks with the club, and it come to about that Leeds was interested, and that was where I wanted to be.
How long did you have left on your contract, Chelsea?
I don't even know. I don't know. Might have been. To be honest with you, I
didn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think it mattered. Yeah, wasn't anything like massively major. But yeah, the club agreed, and I went to Leeds. So it was good for all. I mean, the club didn't suffer. I think they had some young lad in the youth team coming through, John Terry if it don't happen to him.
Is he one of them who got bullied and didn't make it?
Yeah. Why has he got in his head?
Yeah. So yeah, it worked out for everyone, and you know, I got my move and got to again just try and play and establish myself.
4.5 mil.
Yeah, it's all right, innit? I remember I was trying to tell...
That's how you're stiff.
Yeah, I know, for a stiffy. But I remember someone was saying, oh, in this day and age, it'd be worth this. I can't remember what they said. I was going, yeah, tell me that again. But it was quite a fee, but at the time, Leeds were paying, I think they paid 4 million for Danny Mills, I think 5 million for Darren Huckabee, and I think 4 for Michael Bridges and 4 for me. So I think something like that in that space of time.
Big money back then as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound a lot now, obviously.
Yeah, now I think, kids thinking he's shit. £4 million. He must be shit on FIFA. No, it's real football. So yeah,
10 million for a 15-year-old now.
Yeah. So it was a big deal back then.
So you just thought, with the money that they were spending, Leeds are going places. This is an opportunity. I mean, there were a lot of competition there as well.
Yeah, I mean, like that season they'd finish 4th and we'd finish 3rd. And there was a lot of noise with the Leeds and the young players. And I just looked and thought, I like that. Because it's like all young players, all like sort of British. I thought, I want to be part of it. It reminded me of like your youth team days. And I want to be part of that. So when they were in for me, I thought, yeah. And even though when I went there was competition, it didn't bother me because I thought, all right, David O'Leary said, I'm not going to guarantee you a place, but I'll guarantee you'll be given a fair shot every week for your
time. That's what you wanted.
That's
See,
fine.
if I'm getting signed for 4.5 million, I'm expecting to play.
You know, like you said, you're paying
it's a
for
club on the move as well, isn't it?
Fuck you, David. I'm playing. You know what I mean?
Talking about you've left Chelsea with 3rd.
Yeah,
it's an unbelievable move for you. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, listen, the move was like wow. Like, and when I went there, so I remember when I signed. I was going pre-season to Sweden. So it was like, sign as you're walking on the bus. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? That I mean, so, but when you see the players and training with them, it's like, yeah, great move. Do you know what I mean? And even though there was competition, it didn't bother me. Again, that same 17-year-old thinking, I'm the best player here. And I've always been confident in my ability. So that never tilted what anyone's opinion of me. That's my strength, that I believe and know what I can do. I know my areas of strength. I know my weaknesses, but I'll play to my strengths. And I went there and they had Lucas Radebe, Jonathan Woodgate, who was like, you know, everyone was raving about the season he had. They had Robert Molinar, who was, I think, an international at the time. There was competition. I thought, cool. And I had a great pre-season, you know, established myself and thinking, I think I've done enough, you know, I think I've done enough to start the first game of the season. Like, in my head, I think I've definitely done enough. You know, already earned the respect of my new teammates with my performances, thinking, definitely. And then back here, the domestic games, and then the manager pulls me, I think, like a week before, and says, listen, I'll be honest with you, like, you've had a great pre-season and it's been tough, but I'll have to go for what they've done for me last year. I'm going to start them.
That'd be a Woodgate.
Yeah. And I thought, I've benefited from that. Someone saying that to me. Okay, fair enough. I just have to try and dislodge them. But they started off playing well, and I didn't think I made my I didn't make my Ellen Road debut or play. I played, I think, Spurs like 3 games in, and then I didn't make my Ellen Road debut. I played away loads for like 2 months. Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't the start I expected or wanted, but the 2 that were ahead of me, Lucas, South African captain, club legend, was playing well. Woody, like, was why he was getting the rave reviews, playing well. And it was just so hard to dislodge him. I couldn't do anything. All the time I'm doing well in training, and
was the team winning as well?
Yeah, doing well, yeah.
It does make it easy for you, though, knowing that them 2 are doing well. If one of them's like, you know, when it was,
yeah, like with
yeah,
that was that. Yeah, I couldn't. I'd sit there now and say they were doing well. So it's not like he sold me a lie that they're playing whatever and they just want me as backup. So it weren't too bad. And then obviously the joke comes that because I wasn't playing all the time, thinking, I said, like, do you know what? I think he's made a mistake. I think he wanted to sign Duberry and got it wrong on the paper and realised he's got another centre half. Do you know what I mean? I think he wanted to sign Duberry, but he's got, you know what I mean? DLL, he got it wrong.
Christoph?
But
Did you get a night out in Sweden? Get to know the lads?
yes. Oh, so I remember, so I've just signed and on a night out. So we're in Sweden. We got our night out, and I remember we're out and I'm there drinking loud. And then obviously the only thing open was a McDonald's. So we're going, come again, McDonald's. I've got drink in this hand, I've got a fag in this hand, walking into McDonald's, and all the coaching staff are there. Gaffer, Dubes, oh shit. Do you know what I mean? But
Gianluca does it.
Yeah.
Gianluca does it, so fuck you, David.
Yeah, so I remember, but we did, but I don't know if it was, this was, it was this trip or another Swedish trip, because we went to Sweden again. So I remember a night out, we had a night out, and it was about, say, 25 minutes back to our hotel. And the thing about Sweden that freaked me out is it never got dark. So we were in our hotel, so first night's sleep, and it was just bright light. It never got dark, and the thing, it kind of freaked me out. So then we was having a night out, we got a night out, and then we had like 25 minutes to our hotel. So it was me, Gary Kelly, Steve McPhail, Woody, and Lee Bowyer. So we're out like drunk, and we're trying to get back to our hotel now, and we're trying to flag a taxi, and then Kells has seen these motorbike taxis. What? You taxis? Yeah. So he's going, come on. So we've all like got picked one, and I'm in what's that on the bus is Maureen, the sidecar. So,
from the office.
The sidecar. So I'm in the sidecar. Kells is on the back of the guy, and then Macca's on one, Woody's on one, Bo's on one, and then we're in like convoy. So I'm in the sidecar. Kells is steaming. He's just punching my head. I'm going like that all the time. Stop it! Like, trying to fight him that way. And then we're in there. Macca's borrowed the guy's jacket, so he's got the is it Kenny Dalglish had the candy one, that big Adidas candy jacket. He's on the back of
red and grey.
Yeah, he's on the back of one here. Woody's on the back, but Woody's steaming. I swear to God, we're going like we're driving down like this so-called motorway, and Woody's like that, and just balancing like this on the back of his bike. I'm like, oh my God. So
he's not even holding on?
Not even holding on, just on the back like swaying like this. And we got back, and we're like, me and Kells in the back, you know, we're laughing at each other like, helmets on like just laughing, like tears from my eyes, just like can't even hear each other, but laughing to ourselves. Like Bo's on the back of one, Bo disappears into the fog. We're going, oh my God, where's Bo? We couldn't see him. I think he must have got lost. We get back now, we get back to the hotel, like tears in our eyes. Woody's like safely made it, got there, gets up, go to our room and fall asleep. We'll never forget like the motorbike taxis journey.
He must have had a good car, money.
Yeah. All the motorbike taxis, but yeah. And be fair, I think we went the next time we went there, was looking for them, but they weren't there. Must have been shut down. But yeah, that was a journey. But Sweden was a good little trip.